This week in Women in Sports, women and girls flag football is growing in our state with the help from the Vikings and NFL. What new schools are joining the game this spring? Tennis star Serena Williams is moving into basketball. We'll talk about her new moves. And more awards for Minnesota native Paige Bueckers, her latest achievement. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marielle Mohs, and here at WCCO, we are celebrating the highlights of female athletes in this new digital segment called Women in Sports. We'll share news stories with you every week right here as we do our part to give these athletes the recognition they deserve. Well, we all know the PWHL has been successful, but we now know attendance is also up. The league is averaging more than 7,000 fans per game. That's up 5,500 last regular season. The league is also on the verge of growing. The executive vice president of business operations says an expansion decision is expected by early April. No word yet on what markets are in the running and whether one or two teams will be added, but Detroit is considered to be a front runner. And there's been word that the PWHL is also impressed with turnouts at their takeover tour games in cities including Seattle, Denver, Vancouver, Edmonton, and Quebec City. The Gophers' Annie Nabwe won her second straight weight throw title at the Big Ten Track and Field Championships this weekend. Ren Clayton introduces us to the sophomore from Liberia.
Another Big Ten title and continued top weight throw marks in all of college track and field. The Gophers' Annie Nabwe keeps beating her best.
Starting weight throw, I didn't think that I was gonna be one of the top in the country, but Peter always believes in me and tells me to work hard, and I can throw further and further.
Nabwe is just a sophomore. Right now, the sky's the limit.
It's a very unique nervous system, if you want to say that. Some of the testing stuff we do in the fall, she's literally off the charts.
That talent showed itself in high school. In a rare combination, she dominated the throws and was one of her state's best sprinters.
And I really didn't practice sprinting because I was mainly focused on throwing, so it worked out great.
Nabwe is from Liberia. She moved to Jamestown, North Dakota before high school.
Moving here, we were originally supposed to move to North Carolina, but then, because my aunt lived there, but then she moved to North Dakota. So instead, we went to that cold place. So, yeah.
Now she's one of the premier throwers in the United States.
Potential is a cuss word in sports, because it doesn't matter. It's about what you do on the day.
But that potential is palpable. She feels it too.
It's really great to be there, and also it's kind of nerve-wracking because you gotta keep performing better and better.
Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
That is some serious strength, Annie. For a third time, Minnesota native Paige Bueckers has won Big East Player of the Year. She averaged 18.6 points, 5 assists, and 4.5 rebounds to help lead the third-ranked UConn to an 18-0 record in the Big East. Bueckers is the third player in conference history to win the award 3 times. She also claimed the honor as a freshman and last season. Former Lynx player Marielle Mohs was another player to do it while she played at UConn. Well, the Vikings are growing their game by investing in more flag football programs for girls and women in Minnesota. They've seen so much success in the last 3 years with interest growing, so they're answering the demand. Now, some colleges here in the Midwest will soon be offering flag football.
It's all right, you can do it, you can do it.
Last summer, 4 Minnesota high school girls flag football teams faced off in a first-of-its-kind championship tournament at TCO Stadium in Eagan. The success of this day stood out to the Vikings.
And we've seen a substantial increase in the number of teams participating from last year to this year.
The Vikings have poured over $600,000 in youth and girls flag football since 2022, and they want them to have a place to continue playing at the next level.
This collegiate women's flag league that we're going to have here in the Upper Midwest is really the last piece of the puzzle in terms of the pipeline.
Augustana University, Concordia College Moorhead, Gustavus Adolphus College, the University of Northwestern St. Paul, University of Wisconsin Stout, and Bethel University all opted in to bring this emerging sport to their schools. At Bethel University in Arden Hills, athletic director Greg Peterson says 30 women are already signed up to play this spring.
It's an opportunity for us to, I think, a few things. One, reach a different market of potential students that may be interested, but also it's an opportunity for our students to really be part of something cool on the front end.
The women's flag football team will practice here on the football field and be coached by an assistant football coach for the Royals.
They have enough skill in teaching it so that we can really provide a good experience for the students. I didn't want it to be, like powder puff at homecoming. I was hoping that would be a little bit more organized, intentional, just a well-run program.
At the college level, flag football will start as a club sport, but the schools and the Vikings have big goals to make it more official.
We're working hand in hand with the MSHSL to make sure that there's enough interest statewide to make it a sanctioned sport.
And these 6 participating college teams will compete against each other throughout April in 3 jamborees, with a championship tournament at TCO Stadium on April 26. The Vikings are investing another $70,000 into this college expansion, and the NFL is matching that number. And just a reminder, this all comes just in time to prepare for the 2028 Summer Olympic Games in Los Angeles, where flag football will be featured. Well, Olympic star Ilona Maher is saying goodbye to English rugby. Maher shot to fame during last year's Paris Games. She moved to England in January to play with the Bristol Bears women, but played her final game with them last weekend. More than 9,000 fans attended Maher's first home game, doubling the team's previous record. Close to 7,000 watched her final Premiership women's rugby game. Next, Maher's hoping to be selected for Team USA again. They have the Pacific 4 Series starting in April when the Rugby World Cup happens in August. Well, Serena Williams has gone from the tennis court to the basketball court. The legendary tennis star is now a team owner in the WNBA. She will be part of the Toronto Tempo, the expansion franchise scheduled to debut in 2026. Her role will include merchandise collaborations and jersey designs. The W will expand to 13 teams this season. League Commissioner Kathy Engelbert says she would like to have 16 teams before the end of the decade. Speaking of tennis players, pregnant players on the women's tennis tour can now receive 12 months of paid maternity leave. Those who become parents through partner pregnancy, surrogacy, or adoption can get 2 months off with pay. It's all part of a program sponsored by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. More than 300 players are eligible for the fund, which is retroactive to January 1st. The Women's Tennis Association, or WTA, says 25 moms are currently active on tour. They have touted the move as, quote, the first time in women's sports history that comprehensive maternity benefits are available to independent, self-employed athletes. The WTA has not disclosed how much money is involved. Well, International Women's Day is this Saturday, and Mattel is celebrating with some famous friends. Mattel is releasing 8 new dolls spotlighting real-life duos. But this is why it caught our attention. The new dolls include Olympic gold medalists Jordan Chiles and Jade Carey from the United States, who support each other on and off the mat. Mattel says women are more likely to achieve happiness and success if they have close and supportive friends. Hear to that. Well, a Brooklyn Park High School girls basketball team ended their season this week earlier than they wanted, but with so much to be proud of. I stopped by Maranatha Christian Academy to see what made this team so special. The Mustangs are led by 3 captains. Junior Heather Sheehy is their lead scorer, averaging 16 points a game.
I think we have worked so much harder and we have so much more dedication this year.
Her scoring stats followed closely by junior Zanaya Hunter.
I try to always play aggressively, whatever I'm doing. I try to get on the floor as much as I can, always diving for the loose balls.
This trio completed with junior Olivia Lenari, leading the team in rebounds, assists, and steals.
We went a lot from just playing it individually to playing it as a team, and I think that benefited us the most.
These captains credit their coach for playing better together. Minnesota Hall of Famer and 8-time state champion, Faith Johnson-Patterson.
Seeing her success and then seeing how I'm improving too, it's definitely clear to see that she's a great coach.
It's an opportunity to impact, and that honestly has changed my life. So make a commitment to yourself. Breathe in and repeat after me. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Coach Johnson-Patterson imparts what it takes to be a champion onto these players, proving it's a mental game as much as it is physical.
The push is to just get them to, win more games so that they can build confidence and start believing in themselves to get them to, the next level.
And congrats to the Mustangs on a 23-win season, and good luck next year with those 3 captains being seniors. Thanks for watching this week's Women in Sports. We'll be back with more great stories next week. I'm Marielle Mohs.